Good morning, Patriots. Shiner, the Wonder Dog, and I are headed back to Houston. We spent 3 weeks uninterrupted there, working weekends every day. We've got our project well underway, probably within 400 squares of being done. And last week was a rough one. Last week, boy, let me tell you. Yeah, I got my guy. We got 30 guys working on this project, which is a whole bunch of Hispanic roofing talent. We're on a major project. Should have started last spring. They held back till now. We're very grateful to be on it. But last week, first of all, you get to Houston, okay, and I'm in this vehicle I'm in. I've spent my life getting to this vehicle, and I didn't buy it new, but it's a used 4x4 Toyota Tacoma, rigged out with a camper shell, absolutely perfect for what I do. What do I do? I'm a public adjuster. I'm a commercial contractor. Among the two main day jobs, and then I have quite a few other pursuits that can go from hobby to professional any moment now. We'll see. As far as my book, Quiet Before the Storm, and a couple of films that we have out that are playing right now. Porvenir, Texas on Amazon Prime is a documentary about the Texas Rangers during the Pancho Villa days, about a massacre that was covered up. So anyway, in the meantime, the main thing to do is work, and we're working in Houston. We're going to Houston. So last week in Houston, we had on 9/9, we got the video of this Ukrainian refugee girl getting viciously attacked by a it could have been a tranny. We don't know, but it was a black guy sitting behind her, long braided hair, and when she sits down, he acts like he wakes up, opens up a switchblade, sticks it in her neck. And then we get to see the media. Their great discretion about, let's freeze the frame so we don't actually see him actually get her in the neck with that knife. That was nice, except that on your CBS and MSNBC report, subsequently, a day later, you're showing this girl holding her neck after he stabbed her and quietly crying. So, thank you for the discretion of not showing this animal inserting his claw into this girl's neck. Thank you. But we're not thanking you for, okay, well, let's just show the girl breathing her last couple of breaths, going into a fetal position. Let's show her dying on camera. This is going into new territory, mainstream. And as a retired Austin firefighter, I got to see a whole bunch of stuff, to the point that I realized, hey, this stuff is hurting. Some of this stuff hurts. And when I got out after 15 years, two runs through cadet class, I could look up and be thankful that there were certain things that I didn't see in the course of being a fireman. If they had come up, I would have had to see them and had to serve and do the things I was supposed to do. even though the scene was traumatic. I've never seen a decapitation. I've never seen a limb lost. I've seen hundreds of dead bodies. Done CPR over 100 times. Saw maybe 1/3 of those people come back. But I can thank God. Thank you, God, for some of the trauma that I didn't receive as a firefighter by virtue of the fact that I did not ever work a case where someone's head was taken off or their limbs were disemboweled or their limbs were separated from their bodies. I've seen a lot of other stuff we're not going to need to go into, but I got all the way through without that. So now, after being out since 1995, I was proud to stand up and face the horror and the ugly and of death and destruction. And when the mainstream shows us this young lady dying, holding her neck, actually kind of whimpering, that is a level of trauma that we didn't ask for, that was bestowed upon us on purpose, because they're setting up. They want us so fucked up and so upset that we start tearing into each other. And boy, they're coming close. So that was last week, September 9th. On the 10th, then we get to see the Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. I don't know what that was about, but we got to see that. And so 2 days in a row, mainstream has got this assassination and the dying of this young lady in our faces, upside the head. Both of those things cause mass PTSD. You do enough mass PTSD and separate the sides far enough, okay, and what happens next? Oh, well, after a while, it's hard to talk. So we start fighting and killing. And if you don't think that's the goal with all this stuff, then you need to think again. 14 years ago, I had a life led me into a direction that I either needed to change or die. And part of that recovery allowed me to learn that, man, I had been doing life. I had been living a life, a good life, had some great things go on in my life, full of great stories up to that point, in 2007. And we had a situation where there was a fight in my front yard. It involved guns put to my head, ribs broken by the guns, my ribs. And as it all came down and the police got involved and I told my story, they said, well, Randy, you didn't deserve these broken ribs and the gun to your head. you're welcome to file those charges on these guys that did this. But the story you just told, you admitted to touching your girlfriend, pushing her down on the couch as she was trying to leave. So we suggest that you just drop this whole thing, because if we file on these other guys, they're going to want to file on you too, because you just admitted to putting your hands on Christy. I said, no, y'all need to please file. Go ahead and file on me, because you've got to do something with these guys. Something has to happen to them. We can't all be walking around on the streets right now without some repercussions. So I faced it. I got a couple of years probation and got back into the AA program, this time to save my life. What I found out with AA, and this actually, it's going to tie into what's happening now. I found out that, I have a great vocabulary. I was an English major, I'm a poet, I do all these things involving the English language. But as I got sober, I realized, oh my man, I have access to all my vocabulary at once, anytime now. And with that access, over these 14 years, I have words at my disposal that can diffuse just about anything. So the result is, and the thing I realized is, when people run out of words while they're disagreeing, there's nothing left to do but start fighting. So when you wonder why alcohol is responsible for so much violence, or why it's around so much violence, is because it hinders your access to your vocabulary and your words. And you run out of shit to say, and it's time to start throwing hands. Okay, I see that. I realize that sobriety, with sobriety comes peace. You still have to protect your life and those of the loved ones around you, but not nearly as much as you thought. There's a thing in recovery called pause when agitated. That's good, because nothing about firefighting ever taught me to pause. Nothing about playing football on the fire department football team ever taught me anything about pausing. All of firefighting and sports is about split-second reactions, and every act getting another action in response, with the purpose of winning the game. So what I found out with sobriety is you also end up, besides finding out maybe a greater awareness of self-awareness of who you are, a better idea of how the world perceives you, changing the way you look at things, so the things you look at change. When you find these things out and realize, man, I was running around right about everything, by the way, and it was all good and dandy and handy and great until I got older. Then things started getting weirder and weirder and stranger as far as my personal life goes, as far as the situations I was put in. And I did not spend all these years protecting lives and property to have legal issues to deal with. Not going to happen. So at that point, I decided I'm not going down the path I was on. I'm going to adjust it. And I'm going to see what happens. And what has been happening has been good. So, back to situation right now. When you're trying to, first of all, when populations go to war, they are not at war with each other. They are at war with the canyon that is developed between their side and the other side. The people building the canyon between us all, it is their goal that we continue to fight each other. Many books have been written about the future. 1984, what was it? Brave New World, Atlas Shrugged. These books, they cover the fact that in the future, when these crazy people get hold of the world, that they affect our language. They actually change our language. And with words like non-binary and he, she, this, it, the other, and pronouns, and woke this and woke that, and toxic masculinity. Oh my God! Oh shit! What are we gonna do with that? Misogyny. Oh, wow. Transsexuals. You betcha. With all this change in our language, you have set two sides and you have made them offended with trigger words by each other's language. Offended by it, not even the subjects. They're offended by the words you choose with an artificial change of that word's definition. In 1984, it talks about it very good. That book covers how in the future they were predicting, and it has happened, that our language gets so fucked up that we can no longer communicate. What is left? The only thing left to do is start killing each other. And when you realize that those have been running this world for a couple of 100 years now, that is their goal. They want as many of us gone as humanly possible. So now we get back to the propaganda that has been saturating our population now for, gosh, forever. But the last, when Barack Obama did not renew the month act, Smith month or whatever, when that wasn't renewed, it allowed propaganda to come in to our media with no repercussions for it. And so we have been overdosed with this recurring subject over and over and over and over again by the mainstream. Every time these assholes compare Trump to Hitler or Mussolini or Stalin, or every time they call him a Nazi and his followers Nazis, they set this up. They set it up for somebody who dreams of being the hero that kills the Nazis, that kills Hitler. That, go ahead. You can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and take them out. They know what this causes. They know we have a group, and when the funny thing is, the trannies, wow, the trannies keep shooting at people. I didn't even know they knew how to shoot. But why is that? Well, if you have a population that you're trying to mold into crazy world, cray land, the most susceptible ones Well, I don't know. If you cut your dick off, does that mean you're a little further into the crazy shit than someone who doesn't? Yeah, it does. Yeah. And you're crazy. And you've been called courageous, put in charge of shit as a tranny. Well, the problem is the most susceptible to mental mind control, staring you right in the face. Start with the guys that cut their dick off. Go from there. These people are going to be the easiest ones. God dang, you already got to do the hard part, cut their dick off. But you want them to go shoot somebody? Well, here's the deal. Once they do that, a large number of them are suicidal because they've done something irreversible to their body. The difference between suicide and homicide is about a quarter of a second. The only difference is which way is the gun pointed. And so, lo and behold, we are pressing hard to make these people crazy. They already were. We're just encouraging the shit out of it. And now, those that have gone the furthest down the crazy trail are the ones that you guys can actually get to shoot people. Mind control. Big gorilla in the room. Oh, well, this shooter, look at the manifesto, and do. No. Oh, we need to stop gun. No, we need to stop mental illness. It's the mental illness causing this. And whatever other tricks they can play, they may have voice-to-skull technology, they may have things that can make us puppets in ways we never even dreamed of. But that's the goal, is to have us at each other and to keep us from coming together and fighting this thing that has ruined our lives. So the change in our language, adding words like non-binary, I'm 15 different people, adding all of this science to the dialogue is absolutely by design. It's designed to make us kill each other because we can no longer talk. Also, when you remove logic, when you tell a kid 2 + 2 equals 5, sometimes equals 5, well, you remove a valuable part of if this and that, then this. You remove the logic. Logic is only a combination of English and math. If this and that, then this. And so you remove that. You remove the logic. Screw up the language and encourage us to destroy each other. The counter to that is the opposite. The counter is what Charlie Kirk was doing. He was going into the belly of the beast, sitting there in the middle of these universities that have conditioned our kids to hate the world, to deny their gender, to not know who the fuck they are anymore. How dare Charlie Kirk go in there and have open discussion? He's saying, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And when you prove them wrong over and over and over again, well, you know, you can become a better debater. Maybe you could pick a better subject that you could defend better. But killing somebody who has just proven you wrong does not prove you right. And that was all Charlie did. And as I debated at Texas State in my freshman year, but I had to work a couple of jobs, so I didn't get to travel with the debate team. But I learned how, and I took logic my freshman year, and I thought I was logical until I took that class, and then I realized what real logic and real fallacies are. And that's all Charlie was doing. His debates, his subject, the way that he handled the subjects was absolutely combining debate and logic. And it was done gently. There was no insulting. There was a little humor, because it is funny as shit when you look at the lines of argumentation, the points these people try to set a line in the sand over. When you hear them, they are not capable of debate anymore. They don't have their language anymore. This comes with alcohol and drug abuse, and this little thing called fentanyl. That's a whole nother zombie deal. It's really that shit's like, oh, let's just do a near-death experience today, because that's all it is, and it's killing. It's killed over 1 million Americans, young Americans for the most part, boys and girls, and that's more than World War I and World War II combined. So we got all this happening. We got these gutless wonders, ignorant of the fact that the world is, the people around them are dying at an extremely quick rate. They don't care about that. They only care, it shows like, well, it doesn't affect me. Yeah, it does affect you. So now we're going to rise up. We've reached a turning point. And I was told by one of our generals that went to prison and came out, said we needed digital warriors. And so my idea was, yeah, I'm going to do my RCanon podcast. I don't care if it's got 1 million followers or 5. That's what we need. General Flynn said, hey, I need digital warriors. We need a grassroots. So I've been grassrooting it. I got about 150 podcasts as RCanon. But all the while watching the other podcasters and watching what Charlie Kirk was doing in college campuses. And the reason that he's more effective than I would be is that he's 30 years old. He's not much older than these kids. And he's got them looking up to him, and he's got younger kids watching. And now it's time that we have more Charlie Kirks come forward. I would love to sit there and sit in that same seat and take those questions. But I would come across this old grumpy ass granddad, which I probably am, and I wouldn't be as effective as Charlie. But I can be effective from where I'm at right now. And that's all we're here to do, is to do our best to get the word out, to stop this shit. And what is going to be, the miscalculation by these people was, first of all, we're tired. You think that we're going to watch this stuff and go, oh, maybe I should stop. I don't want to end up like Charlie. Maybe I should stop. No, we're coming back 10 times what we were. And then tomorrow will be 10 times that. You're done, Democrats. You are absolutely gone. All that's left of that party is absolutely going to pass the entrance exam for any insane asylum. Anyone. And so, so we have this going on, and we're not going to take it. We quit taking it quite a while back, and we don't need to lift a finger. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And the exposing of these people, the lowest thing you can ever fucking do is to dance around and celebrate at this man's death. If you look at every word he ever said, there was nothing there to justify taking him out. And you people that are so far demonically possessed that you don't even understand that if you stand up and celebrate the death of a godly man, that you're going to get fired. And so what we have now is a whole mess of these assholes that just, oh, they were so excited. It's just like a video game. I killed all these people. Oh my God, very good. No. Oh, you're going to fire me? Oh, I got fired. Yeah, you did. You got fired. No company wants. Do you understand? That is not. There's nothing right about that. So you walked into it. So we have thousands of you assholes celebrated and then promptly lost your job. Welcome to the party. Now it's going to get real fun, but not for you. And you guys obviously don't have God anywhere near your life. And what you're going to find out now is what it's like to have Satan so close. You have turned your life into a living hell. It's probably been that way for a little bit, but it's about to get more hellish. And go ahead, keep celebrating. Oh, yeah, and you other assholes who hadn't decided to celebrate yet, go ahead. It's all about exposure, and you just expose the shit out of yourself. And we don't want you. There is no, when you celebrate the death of a man like Charlie Kirk, there is no redeeming of anything within you. You are done. You're an empty shell. You have no soul. You're demonically possessed. So there we go. That's all I know. Get out your wooden stakes and your crucifixes and your silver bullets. They may come in handy. These people are not going to stop. So this is RC Anon emergency report. Heading back to Houston. Last Saturday, on top of the illegal shit that we watched on TV, my crew got attacked by a crew of Central Americans that were pissed off at these other Hispanic illegals because they have a job. And evidently the Central Americans have had their little money cut off. So they're running around. I mean, you don't see them. I'm in New Braunfels base, but in Houston, it's on. And you're seeing our crew got attacked by they shot holes in their F-250. The cops found them while the shooting was going on, and they saved my crew's life and arrested those people. And shots were still being fired while that was going on. Then fast forward to last Friday. I leave my car. I'm trying to be careful with my truck at the hotel we're in, and I leave it under a street light right in the front drive, right in front of the hotel. 2 a.m. in the morning, Saturday morning, these assholes come up in a black sedan with paper plates. They break into my truck, break the back window, and open the tailgate, or open the window for the camper. And I get to watch on footage from the hotel these assholes fucking with my truck. They get in it, and they left some very valuable shit. They didn't take anything that I could see. When I called police about the report, to report it after getting home Saturday, I asked the lady, what is the deal? They said they're breaking into these cars, stealing your car registration. I said, why? They said, because they can do a lot with your car registration. Okay, so keep that in mind. So Houston is coming apart. The lady at the police also mentioned, I said, thank you, you saved my crew's life. This did not end up on the news. She said, no, we're trying our best to keep the population calm, but they are overwhelmed. There is a war going on. I'm heading back into it. I'd take 2 days off after they broke my fucking window. We're going back. I got another couple of weeks, and gonna stay at the same damn hotel. Maybe I can get the cops to sit in the parking lot while I try to sleep at night. But God bless y'all, and spread this around. But it is time. We got to step up. Where Charlie left us a slot, we got to get in it. We have to see this go 100 times bigger, and then 100 times bigger than that. That's what's happened. It's biblical. And media, you just showed us 2 JFK moments on the 9th and the 10th. And you're doing it. You're complicit. So you're gonna pay too, because y'all set this up by months ago. You set up these situations. You're complicit. And then I gotta say, little Mr. Walls, F you. You're an idiot. You actually need to be investigated for the assassination of your own politicians there. That has to go forward. How in the hell are they that attached to you? The assassin and his wife. Walls, you're gonna kick all our asses. I would love that, but I'm not gonna get to have that much fun. Not with you. But we've also got Rosie O'Donnell, piece of POS. We've got people, big names, still celebrating about this Charlie Kirk thing. You're in your own hell, and you're going to go the rest of the way. We're going to see to it. So, long report. Please spread it around. God bless y'all. And where we go one, we go all. Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing.